Aloha and welcome back to the Kupuna Connections television series. I'm Colin Hayashida with St. Francis Healthcare System of Hawaii, and today we are talking about encore careers with community service. And with us are two guests from the Senior Companion Program in Hawaii, and I'm going to have both of them introduce themselves first.
Okay, my name is MC Rankin, Mary Claire Rankin. I go by my initials MC, and I've been a senior companion now for 7 years.
Okay.
I'm Jareen Budick, and I go by Jeannie or Jerry, and I've been a senior companion a little over 3 years.
Okay. So MC and Jareen, perhaps you can kind of share with us a little bit about what were your life like before you retired, and what sort of work were you doing, and tell us a little bit more.
Well, I was a school teacher, and then I married, and of course I'm quite old, so in those days many of us married and raised families, and that's
Yes.
what I did. I don't recommend it for anybody. And
Raising families?
Oh, raising families is wonderful, but being at home, being a stay-at-home mother is,
It's
well,
hard.
I guess I shouldn't say that. But at any rate, and then when my husband died and I became a senior citizen and I moved to Hawaii, and I've done a lot of different things, and the most, the best thing I've ever done is be a senior companion.
I see. So where did you move from?
Oh, I lived in Texas.
In Texas.
Let's see, when I moved here, I had lived in Texas.
I see, okay. And Jareen, how about yourself?
Oh,
Pre-retirement.
Retirement, too. Well, I've done multiple different jobs. I mainly work electronics, circuit boards, building circuit boards, board houses.
Oh.
Really, really young. I mean, I worked in nursing homes as an aide, and then later on in the activities. So I've kind of been with seniors all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be dumped at my grandma's to take care of my grandma because she was in a wheelchair, so we were little. But
I see.
we moved here about 5 years ago.
From where?
From Arizona.
Okay.
We
okay.
were in Arizona, and his job ended, and he wanted to come back here. He kind of grew up here, but otherwise I'm originally from Minnesota. So kind of moved around.
Oh, okay,
But,
okay.
After I was here a few years, I started Social Security, and then I figured, well, no more jobs, they don't have to. But I found out I was very, very bored, so that's how I got connected with Senior Companions.
I see, okay. So this, Jareen, sort of implies, so this transition from work to retirement was a little bit a bumpy ride with boredom, I guess, to a certain extent.
A lot of boredom.
A lot of boredom. Did you have difficulty with this transition to retirement?
Let's see, no. I never did feel like I retired. I mean, I was a school teacher, and as I said, and after my husband died, I got a job right away, and I worked at that job for a while, and then I decided that I wanted to move to Hawaii. So I sold the family house. I said goodbye to the kids. What, you're leaving us, they said. I said, yes, I'm leaving you. And I moved to Hawaii. And since I've been in Hawaii, I have had any number of jobs. And then after a while, I don't do that job anymore. I have the freedom to make a lot of good choices, or choices for myself, good or not. And I went to a senior fair one year, and someone came up and asked me if I wanted to be a senior companion, and I said, oh, I don't think so. And then she talked to me for a few more minutes, and I said, yes, I do want to be a senior companion.
Oh, okay. Now, what is a senior companion anyway?
A senior companion, like it says, you're a companion. You can be a companion as far as helping the person take care of their tasks that they can't do, being with them so they're not so lonely, assisting them in any way that makes them comfortable and they're not so alone.
I see.
And sometimes, just somebody to talk to, I mean, not every client you have things you have to do, but some of them, they just want somebody, another person sitting there.
Now, what sort of things, actual things, are you doing where you're there? You're not going to be doing nursing tasks
No, no,
or
no.
anything like that,
No.
injections or anything
no,
of that sort.
nothing-
So,
nothing
what sort of things are you allowed to do? would you say?
Assist them to, if they have a doctor's appointments, we go shopping, assist them with shopping, you know. Sometimes just to go out, maybe to have a little lunch, but shopping, doctor's appointments, any appointments they have, and we don't tell them what we're doing. We let them tell us what they need to be done.
I see. Okay. Okay.
I mean, some may be more routine, but some are not. But they have the choice. Okay, you want to do this or do that, you know, and everyone, you know, you still give them the choice what they want.
I see. I see. Now, do you have to be trained to be a senior companion?
There's a very extensive training period that Anne is our director. I think she still monitors that. I don't know. You know, a while ago there was a different boss, and yeah, it's a 2-week program. At that time, it was a 2-week program, and we went every day, and we had a handbook, and we had to learn about everything. We had to learn how to respect everyone's anonymity. We had to learn how to what kind of boundaries we had, what we could do with them, what time you know, that they could not ask us for money. We could not. We were not to give them money. You know, everything that you need to know about seniors who might not be as akamai as you'd want them to be.
Right, right. I could see a situation where a senior might be in need, and they said, well, you know, can you do this for me? Perhaps give me my medicine and put it in my mouth, and I'll allow you to do that, or something to that extent.
We would
you know.
not do that.
Yes,
That's
yes,
one
yes,
of
yes.
the don'ts.
Right,
one
right,
of our
right, right.
no-nos.
So
Exactly.
it's easy to be kind of encouraged by the senior themselves, but you have to know your limits in terms of what is permissible.
We do have a specific list of the do's and
And
don'ts.
don'ts, yes, yes. Excellent. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And how often do you go there on regularly?
I have 2 clients. I do 4 days a week. One client I do 2 days at 3-hour intervals, and then my other client I do 2 days at 6-hour intervals.
And I too have 2 clients, and I spend 2 days a week with each one.
Yeah.
3.5 hours with one,
Wow.
and 4 hours twice a day with twice a week with the other one.
Wow, this is really like work in a sense.
Well, it
That's
is,
right.
but
That's
it
right.
is and it isn't.
It isn't. And
Because when you're ready to leave at the end of the day, I mean, they go, oh, I thank you for being here. I thank you come.
Yeah.
You cannot believe the many thanks we get.
Okay.
True.
Okay.
Very true.
Now, we had gotten some photographs, some pictures of some senior companion activities. So perhaps we could see what we have here. Maybe you can kind of tell us what we're looking at right now. Can you?
I was with a client that I had. Her and I, we used to cook. She would help me. And that's one of the things you don't do. If they help you, that's fine. So her and I used to cook a lot together.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And what about this next picture?
That's us.
That's us. That was our goodbye to Miss Erica. She was our liaison from Family Services. She's no longer with us. She went back to the mainland.
I see. So one of your senior companions that
No, she was
A
a
volunteer.
volunteer.
A volunteer.
For Family Service, gerontology.
I see. I see. Okay.
And this
so,
was, I think this was last month, our in-service training. We have in-service training
I see.
once a month.
Once a month. Okay. How about this next photo?
This is us doing a walk. I don't know whether it was I can't tell you which walk it is.
Uh-huh. But so you have your own
We-
activities
yes,
among
we all-
yourselves.
yeah. Oh, well, what kind of walk was it? It was a
Okay, but
at
you
any
do.
rate, yeah, we're down in Waikiki. We're down and we're walking around Waikiki, which is, you know, and
They have
then we
like-
had a picture.
Like the White Cane Walk, the
I see.
Kupuna has.
Yeah.
And,
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's different
can't remember
organizations that
what it
have different
was.
walks.
Okay, okay. How about this next picture here? Pacific
Oh, that
Aviation.
was-
What is this about?
That's where we volunteered to go as a group with, well, there was just the four of us, but then there was the senior grandparents and the Vista, and it was on 9/11. We went to the Aviation Museum,
Uh-huh.
and we volunteered our time, and we cleaned windows,
Oh,
including the individual from Washington. He cleaned right along with us.
Is that right?
Yeah, the big man.
Oh, the
right.
big man. Okay.
Can't think of his name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
no.
fine.
I
That
mean, he was the
that
one
was
in
nice.
charge
just,
of
just
this
roll
whole
up his
program.
sleeve
It was
as
a
well.
good day. It
That
was
was
really
good.
a good day.
Okay. Now, in addition, we had a short there, and perhaps you can kind of tell us. I think this is about involves
Involves
MC.
one of my clients,
Yes.
yes.
Perhaps let's see what we have here, and you can.
This is Ken and I and his daughter Jan in his home.
Okay.
He lives out in Hawaii Kai, and I spend 4 hours twice a week with him. He's blind and has hearing aids. He's 91 years old. He's a World War II veteran, and he was flying planes over Germany when he was 19 years old.
Wow.
So he's quite a gentleman.
Okay.
And we spend time together, and that way his caretaker, Jan, his daughter who lives with him, gets an opportunity to
Take some-
do what she wants, have some time off.
Let's
Right,
see what
yeah.
we do. We have that video here now.
I became a senior companion about 5 years ago, maybe 6 now. And I did that because I had a lot of spare time, and I was taking care of a friend, and a lady from the senior companion program came up and said, did I want to join the program? And I said, no, I really didn't. She said, I don't know what she said, but at any rate, whatever she said, I said, yes, I'm for it. I want to do it. So I went through the training, and I have had clients. Some of my clients have died. Ken and I have been together now, as I say, for pretty close to 5 years. So I guess I've been a senior companion longer. Time flies, and that and it has impacted my life in the most marvelous way. It is the most selfish thing I have ever done for myself, and that is the truth. And it's become. I would love to retire. Unfortunately, Ken and Gladys are still around, so I can't. Thank you. Your turn.
So,
What do you like about me coming, us being together?
you want the truth or you want me to tell you?
Please, not the truth.
Okay. I really, really look forward to her coming anytime, and mostly, 3 times a week. But even when I'm in the hospital or in rehab somewhere, which happens occasionally, she comes to see me anyway up there. She's a real friend and a real companion, and I just love her dearly.
Okay, so thank you for sharing that with us. It kind of gives us a little bit more of a concrete feel with regards to what you're doing and the people that you're helping. So that's very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing that with us. I'd like to kind of spend a little time about, not so much about the Senior Companion program per se, and you shared a lot about that program. But I wanted to kind of look at you yourself and talk about you yourselves in terms of what is active aging from your perspective. And perhaps it's more than, well, part of it is, it seems, the volunteering work that you do, but there may be more that's that you folks are personally thinking about in terms of keeping yourself engaged. Would you like to share a little bit about your?
Well, I'm a gym rat, so
Gym?
the YMCA is my second home, and
Oh.
I fortunately live up on top of a hill and walk right down to the Poly YMCA
Uh-huh.
and exercise. It is a plus of being a senior. It's called Silver
Sneakers.
Silver Sneakers, right? And so it's paid for by by
The health insurance, huh?
right. Yes, under my and so I get an opportunity to go to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a number of friends. I have fortunately every Saturday morning I get to go to breakfast. One week with one group, and the next week with the other group, and then it's bi-weekly. So that is always a highlight of my life, because some of those friends I've had for over 30 years, and then I watch TV too. Yeah, and I shop.
Yes, yeah. So as far as exercise is concerned, do you do certain kinds of exercise?
I
or
do.
Whole variety? Or?
Yes, I pump a little iron,
Okay.
and then the walk back and forth is up and down the hill, and I thoroughly enjoy it. It's wonderful. I have a routine. I hate it. I hate it every time I have to go do it, but I do it because that's how we don't die.
That's right. That's right. So this is like taking medicine when you
Exactly.
just don't like the taste of the
Exactly.
medicine, but you
Exactly.
just. So, but.
And then I feel so good when I get home. It gives me all kinds
Yeah,
of energy.
yeah.
And so I'm very fortunate because I am very healthy.
Yeah, it's like eating your vegetables, right? How about
Like I'm
yourself?
I am not an exercise person, but I do get a lot of walking. I take strictly a bus person.
Mm-hmm.
And the bus doesn't always drop off at
That's
the front
right.
door.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So it
So-
does take some time walking.
Yeah, so every day that I go out, I get a lot of walking.
walking.
Done. Yep. And it doesn't really bother me, but that's the best exercise that I can do.
Yeah,
for-
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, otherwise, come weekends or something, I'm usually.
You have a husband.
Yeah, I have him and take care of him. No.
That's right. That's important.
You gotta
Right.
cook the right foods on the weekends, you know? And then we have some neighbors or people in our building. I don't know, they're always at the door. I need help with this, I need help with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Their English is not very well,
Mm-hmm.
so actually I even volunteer in the building.
Oh, really?
Really.
They're, I can't say no.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
But otherwise, shopping is to just go out for a walk or
Yeah.
something. But
Uh-huh.
and then my weekends are my phone calls to my family and my friends back home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a regular ritual thing every Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, the bus rides with the walking related to the bus rides is a good part of your exercise.
Definitely, because
Yeah.
sometimes you might only have to walk a block to get there, but when you leave, you might have to walk like 3 blocks to get to the proper bus. And then when I get home, it's another block. So it's a lot of walking, which is the best exercise.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
How about diet?
Oh, diet.
Oh, diet.
Well, I try,
Now remember, we're talking to our viewers out there that are
yes,
listening to
and I will have to say that I try to have a nice breakfast, and I have lunch then with my clients. So I take my lunch when I go to see Ken because his daughter gets his lunch ready, and Gladys and I go out. She's a lovely little Japanese lady, and we love. Oh, I hope that wasn't too much information, but she loves to go out and go shopping and go, buy something for lunch and maybe something for her dinner because she lives alone too. And then at dinner, I really could be a lot better, but I take vitamins.
Okay.
I believe in a vitamin regime.
Mhm. That sort of supplements.
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
that's a
So if
good
I don't eat
supplement,
well,
yeah.
I take my vitamins.
Right, right.
I-
Jareen, how about yourself? with
We
diet?
don't eat out much. We
Okay.
eat at home,
Mm,
home-cooked meals.
Good, good.
And hate to say it, mainly like mainland food.
Uh-huh,
I just can't acclimate to some of the
Local.
food around here,
Uh-huh,
but our diet is what we would normally eat, but we're very cautious. Is what the not so much the calories, it's the bad foods, the fats, stuff like that.
So not so much fast food then, huh?
Maybe once a month.
Once a month. That's
No, I mean if I cook, actually when I do cook, a lot of times if I make stews or soups or something,
Yeah.
then I usually share that with my clients.
Mm.
And,
Oh,
homemade.
that's
I mean
yeah.
it's homemade.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
my other half does not complain about it.
yeah. Do you folks ever think about, what your purpose in life is, or something to that effect? I mean, ask yourself, well, what am I here? What am I? My gift, or what gets me up in the morning?
Well, that's the question. Truly, that is the question. And and I'm 84, so I think I'm surprised I wake up. I mean, not surprised, but I go, wow, well,
Yeah.
it's another day.
It's
And,
a-
I
it's a-
am lucky. I get up, and if I have time, I get to the gym, and if not, I go and see a client. Or if I'm lazy, I stay home and read the paper.
Yeah.
So I am very fortunate that I have a very easy life.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I just keep doing it and doing it. And I do enjoy my life very
yeah,
much.
Yeah, and you've got all this people that are dependent on you in a sense.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
In a sense, there is purpose there.
I was ill for a while, and I just felt terrible when I couldn't go and fulfill my commitment. It just,
yeah.
and they did too. One
Yeah.
one of the women, Gladys, she was just at the nub when I finally got back to her. She said, "Oh, I can't believe you're finally back with me."
Yeah.
Right.
Jareen, how would you answer this question about purpose?
I think
Have you
my
thought about?
Michael always tells me my purpose is to take care of people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because he always says you're good at it,
You're
you're
good
good
at
at
it,
talking
yeah.
to people.
Yeah.
And I've always, my whole entire life, always taken care of somebody, my grandparents, sometimes my mother. I mean, but there was always somebody that needed to be
That's your
shouldered. But even when we were living in Arizona, there was three different neighbors we had, and we were both taking care of the neighbors. I mean, it was just like we come here and we're still helping people.
Yeah, yeah,
So-
yeah.
Unnatural?
No, I think you've got the caregiver gene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and not everybody has that ability or that capacity,
Patience.
that
The
patience, right? So it's part of your purpose in that sense, I remember talking to my dad, this is before he died, and he says, "Cullen, there's two things I want you to recall, think about." He says, "Number one, always say thank you, always, no matter who, whether or not this is a person above or a person below, say it from your heart, And the other he said was, what was it that he said? Always say thank you, and make people happy, And in a sense, the work that you're doing, where they're saying thank you to you, I mean, it comes back in terms of happiness for yourself as well, yeah. But making people happy
Yes.
it's what life is all about, perhaps, So, and anyway, so you got the caregiver gene. That's
guess so.
that's your purpose in life.
And then I do have a sense of humor,
Yeah.
and I do with my clients, and they kind of laugh about it, whatever the incident is, and, it makes them smile.
Yes,
Like,
yes, yeah.
Like, I can come up with some weird things.
No, and it makes the day, right?
Yeah.
It makes the day, and that's that's more than what we can otherwise offer. It's better than medicine, right?
Yeah, like they say, oh, I'm glad to see somebody's got a sense of humor.
Yeah. Now we don't. We're just about out of time right now, but so I thought maybe I'd ask you. If there was just one thing that you wanted to convey to our listeners out there, our viewers that are looking, viewing this program, and and curious about volunteering or curious about, what can they do because they're a bit bored at home, one thing that you could share with them are,
Become a senior companion.
okay?
You
Okay.
know, and then or go take a walk.
Take a
One
walk.
or the other, yeah.
Okay.
That's-
Two things. Jareen, what would you say to our viewers out there?
If they're really interested, they should really look up Senior Companions.
Okay.
It's very, very rewarding, and you can't imagine how many lonely people are sitting in their house waiting for somebody to come.
Yeah, yeah. And it seems like such a bother or a chore to actually go out and go to someone's house, but it seems like that the rewards that you get back is sort of multiplied in many respects. yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there is a stipend connected with being a senior volunteer, a senior companion.
Uh-huh.
We can get mileage for our cars. We are given hours when we go to in-service training, and the time that we spend with our clients, we put on our timesheets, and we are paid a very
Modest amount. Yeah.
a very small amount. But
Yeah.
there's nothing like a paycheck.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
You also get credit for any activities outside, like the senior fair, workshops, even when we went to the museum on
Yes,
9/11.
yes, that's
so-
all considered part of the services
yeah,
that you
exactly.
provide. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I mean, there are a lot of people where if you got your client is in like a senior high-rise type thing, when you're with your client, whether you're coming or going, the others just sit there with a little envy.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
you get that.
Well, that's about all the time that we have right now. So for those that are interested in the Senior Companion Program, I'll leave this number. That's 832-0340. That's 832-0340. So this is all the time that we have again for the discussion on Encore Careers with community service. So thank you again, R.C. Rankin and Jareen Burdig. Budig. Thank you very much. Aloha, and see you again next week.
Goodbye.